Well, hello YouTube, going to do a quick review of the 129 scale Revell EasyKit X Wing. This is cool. I mean, this is a pretty epic model in my thinking because 124 scale is studio scale. So this 129 scale here is getting pretty close to a studio scale model in a readily available injection molded kit. I say readily available. You can still find them on eBay and Amazon, but they're getting more expensive because they appear to be discontinued, at least for the moment, by Revell. You can't find it on Revell's site. It is item number 6690 from Revell, about 129 scale, 93 parts, 17 inches long, which is 435 millimeters. The smaller one in the foreground is Revell number 1876 or 1856. It's the same model. About 1 to 76 scale, 36 parts, 8 and 9/16 inches long, and 217 millimeters. And then there's a smaller one, the Pocket Kit, which is also an easy kit, snapped together, already painted. And it's Revell number 8337. It's about 1 to 144 scale, roughly. About 21 parts, 4 and 3/8 inches long, which is 110 millimeters. So as you go from the smallest to the largest, each one is about twice as large. So I wanted to do a video. I was looking at this. Well, should I get it? It's kind of expensive, especially since you have to order it from Europe. I got one from the UK and one from Germany. And some good videos out there. Liam Dillon did a great build in detail with lights and modified it to be Biggs Red 3. Julian G did an unbox and a partial build. YouTube user Movie Figures did a complete build, and user Maxo Saxo did a lit and detailed Red 5. So I thought, well, I'll just throw mine in here too for everybody else with some rulers so you can see, get an idea of the scale of it, and throw in some of my thoughts about it. So okay, hold on, if you get sick easy, I'm taking the camera off the tripod. It's Red 5, I'm going in. Now all of Revell's are Red 5 Luke Skywalker. You're going to have to do some changing and detailing if you want to do it in any other version. So as you can see, a little over 8 inches long. These are both 1-foot rulers that I put next to these just so you can get an idea of the difference. You can see that this one is much longer, and it's about 15 inches wide, as you can see there. Both canopies open. Matter of fact, I think it even does on the smaller one, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just give you a quick look at it here. I did a little bit of detailing. I mean, basically this is just a completely standard build with only a couple of changes. I did add a little bit of color in the cockpit. All they had was black with some white panels, and I added some color in there. It's kind of hard to see because I'm not really set up for the close-in stuff right now on my camera, and I can't change it on the fly. So added some color in the cockpit, also blacked out the inlets. Had to mask off the inlet guide vanes and the nose dome there to do that. Now the smaller one comes with gray painted inside instead of black. I prefer black. I think that looks more realistic. But other than those two things, that's all I did. I put this together as a straight build, so it's pretty much as you see out of the box. And of course I did do a little bit more trimming of the flash and the places where they attach to the sprue and things like that. So anyway, here it is. Pretty nice model. It does come with gear and forward gear doors, which I have off because I intend to display this in the attack configuration. This one I actually have hanging in my room, pulling lead on a Darth Vader TIE fighter, about ready to blow him away. So I put the gear back on, but you can actually put the gear on and off, and the gear doors do open and close, which I always thought, now why on earth did they put the gear in the lower engine? Seriously? Isn't there supposed to be engine in there? I would have put the gear coming out of the lower fuselage there, right in there. But hey, whatever. Alright, so one thing I noticed was if you follow the instructions, it has you putting the blaster or the laser cannons on the wrong wings. This is how it's supposed to be. The blaster cannon on the lower right wing should have the blue spiral on it, and on the upper left wing. That's if you're sitting in the cockpit, that's how you would reckon that. So left wing, upper blue stripe, right wing, lower blue stripe. If you follow the instructions, it has you putting them on the upper right and the lower left. So just be aware of that when you put these together. It's not hard to swap them out, and it works good. Now, just as a reference, here is a Hasbro Wedge Antilles Red 2, and it actually is closer to studio scale than this one is. And I just put it back there just for a kind of a reference. You can see they're pretty close to the same size. The Hasbro is a little bit bigger, but it's still in the box. Haven't pulled that one out yet. It goes together pretty easily. I have no complaints about that. I'll bet you could throw it together in less than an hour if you went about it quickly. It took me about 3 though, because I had to chase down my paints and brushes and stuff like that to do the detailing work that I did, and masking off the inlet guide vanes and the nose domes and the engines took a little bit longer. In the cockpit there, I also used a silver paint marker to do the the silver looking conduits there behind the pilot. And then I used just regular old acrylic paints and a brush to do the colors inside the cockpit there. So it's a good sized model, very impressive. I really enjoyed making it. And the nice thing is, you know, when you haven't got a lot of time to build a model, if you can have a nice looking example in less than an hour, or if you're willing to take a little time for detailing, a couple more hours, but not spending days or weeks on a model, man, this is great. And it's just a nice big one. You know, I built the MPC, the AMT, I've got the fine molds 172 and 148 that I haven't built yet. This one here, really nice to give you a good sized X-Wing. And you know, the X-Wing's always been my favorite of the tactical sci-fi ships. You know, I specify the difference because, you know, you have your tactical small fighters like this, and the Battlestar Galactica Viper, which would be a close second, and then you have your you know, your more naval vessels, mid-naval type vessels like the Enterprise and, you know, Battlestar Galactica itself and all those kinds of things. So for the fighters, this is my favorite right here. Anyway, I would recommend getting this model. If you want to find inaccuracies, you can find them. They're there. If you're a rivet counter and you're not happy with anything less than complete and total accuracy and fidelity to the originals, well, maybe this isn't your cup of tea. But if you're somewhere in between, you know, something fairly close and a rivet counter, I think you'll be happy with this one. And if you are a modeler that loves to get into a project and accurize, this is a great place to start. And as I said, I don't have the smaller one, the little pocket-sized one, but this would make a cool display if you hung them up with the large one closer, the middle one a little bit farther out, and the third and smaller one all the way out, kind of set up in an echelon formation and going into the break. I think that would look cool, a little forced perspective there hanging up from your ceiling. Anyway, just some of my thoughts on this model. Hope it helped any of y'all that are considering buying it. And anyway, there it is. Have a good one.